formula.
Yeah, especially the younger teams. There's no real established pecking order, and guys can be wildly inconsistent from night to night.
So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. The backcourt pair will be Doncic and Dinwiddie. Primetime is out there with Wood, and it's Green in at the 3 spot. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Kuzma. The Mavericks pull it in. Dinwiddie passes to Primetime. To the inside, Wood. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
And with how well Wood can shoot from 3, Christian, a tough cover in that pick and roll, pick and pop set. You just don't know what he's going to do.
Now, here is Morris. Against Charlotte, he was really on his game. Here's the pass to Porzingis. Fades and shoots. Primetime grabs the board.
Now that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
The Mavericks, GA, have been trying to tighten up their defense the past few seasons, and it's beginning to show.
And we're seeing signs that the players are getting the message. And they're spending more energy at that end of the floor, and that's essential for any elite team.
Something that the Wizards struggled with last year, Brent, was a lack of consistency.
Yeah, constantly shifting the rosters and starting lineups. Obviously a new coach, so tactically some different things being deployed. You've got to find a dependable foundation, and training camp in the early part of the season for this team really, really important.
Now, here's Doncic following the miss by Porzingis.
Well, Luka has options all over the floor. He's a versatile shooter who can utilize the mid-range.
Now, let's go to David Aldridge, who had a chance moments ago to talk with head coach Wes Unseld Jr.
Well, Kevin, look, he thinks their long-range shooting can make all the difference, not taking anything away from the defense they're going up against. But he did say he'd be surprised if his guys didn't shoot a high percentage from outside. Pretty confident coach, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. Now, here's Green after the miss from Primetime. From downtown, gets the three-pointer to fall. Primetime's got 5.
And right now, they're just focused on putting together good possessions.
That's exactly how they got the lead. They ended up having multiple possessions in a row with good quality shots, knocked them down, and the game is fully in their control.
And here's Avdia after the three-pointer from Primetime. Here's Porzingis. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here. Mavericks leading by 9. Dinwiddie passes to Primetime. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Well, if I was baking up a lead, I'd add 2 ingredients. One would be playing smart. The other one, playing selfless. They've done that tonight. Serve it up.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
Yeah, and with most of the arena against them, they just banded together and trusted one another to make the right play.
Yeah, and in that game, it turned into a massive scoring night. It wasn't so much about the game plan as it was establishing early confidence to get that win.
Here's what Washington's going with right now. Daniel Gafford's checked in for Porzingis. Hachimura comes in for Kyle Kuzma. Kispert's checked in for Avdia. And it's DeLon Wright in for Monte Morris. And again, Washington no good. The Mavericks have gone 4 of 4 to start, so a nice offensive rhythm to start here. GA, he's asked to carry a big-time scoring load, but Bradley Beal makes his teammates better as well.
And that's an area, Kevin, he has really grown in his playmaking. When the defense overcommits, you make them pay with the pass. Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. We know who that was.
Hachimura, no good.
Man, you get so caught up in the bravado of someone scoring on you and you wanting to even the score. Unfortunately, he couldn't answer back.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
And a deep three from Beal. No good again that time. Mavericks leading by 16. Bullock passes to Primetime. Back to Bullock, right wing. Here's Primetime, and the Mavericks getting another bucket right there.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
Always a good sign of maturity and steps forward when you can take this kind of effort, focus, and concentration on the road to get a win.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over.
And the question for the Mavs is simple. How do you best build around Luka Doncic? They'll try to answer that in the coming years.
32 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Wright finds Beal. Wright with it. Clock at 6. The Wizards need to get a shot off here. The shot by Beal, no good. Here's Finney-Smith. Here's Primetime. Another three for Dallas.
At this point, I don't know what you can do to slow this team down.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact. And there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactic.
And so it's the Dallas Mavericks with a 21-point lead to end the quarter. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. We come back right after this.
TC family, your Wizards.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And a comfortable margin for the Mavericks here, guys.
On the attack right from the tip. They've been relentless offensively.
Well, just taking it right at the opposition and the other team right now. No answers and no way to slow them down.
On the floor for Dallas. The backcourt pair will be Doncic and Dinwiddie. Wood out there with Primetime, and it's Green in at the small forward. Outside, Porzingis tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Doncic passes to Primetime. The shot's good on the assist by Doncic.
3-point field goal.
And it's now 23 points for Primetime.
Bottom line, you need shooters on your team who can space the floor.
Oh, there's no doubt he's a legitimate threat from downtown, and he's demonstrating that in this game.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thanks very much. Now, Kristaps Porzingis famously earned the nickname the Unicorn for his combination of size and skill. A former All-Star, injuries have held him back. But now a new team presents a new opportunity. KP says, I'm going to take my game to the next level because my body is going to be healthy, and that's it. Well, Kevin, let's hope so.
Absolutely. He has had injuries along the way, but the talent is obvious. David, thanks. I've heard it said, Greg, a coach can't give you confidence, but they can take it away. What's the meaning behind that?
Well, players at this level are naturally confident, but when coaches are always critical, it can take you out of your game. Makes you just start to think a little too much on the floor.
Pass to Wood. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And you love seeing that great mobile one drive a second time.
Yeah, and even up big, still playing the right way, keeping that aggressive nature and attacking the rim. And with the monster finish, he stops an 11-0 run by Dallas.
Outside, Green. Pass to Primetime. Back to Green. Here's Primetime. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist.
3-point field goal.
Primetime's got 12 points now in the quarter.
Yet another three. Once we hit the second quarter, it just seems as if those threes just started to fall like raindrops.
Right side, Porzingis. Morris outside. Avdia with it. He's against Green. Stolen by Avdia. That one dropped for his second bucket. Mark him 2 for 4. And the Mavericks with possession. They're on a 14-4 run right now. 2022, Greg, a year for the Washington Wizards with some historic significance.
And it marks 25 years of the Washington Wizards name being on an NBA jersey. A cool moment for the current players who can look back on this franchise and know they're a part of history.
You can tell right now the teammates are scanning the floor to find him and feed him. Why not? He's on it right now.
Morris looking over the floor to the right side. Avdia kicks to Kuzma. The baseline J off the mark.
Probably not the shot that was drawn up for that possession, but you can't pass it up and you can't knock it down.
Dallas moving it around. 2 points. That one goes.
Assisted.
33 points for prime time.
They have a good plan going right now, and they're starting to create separation.
Well, game plan might have been good, but you have to bring it together. Right now, their chemistry is something to be admired.
Kuzma can't get it to go.
A lot of defenders choose to just back up off of him when he's in that tight, try to avoid the and one, and this time they're not backing off.
Offensive rebound, Wood. And finished off by Wood.
And creating the second chance opportunity there. Wood has a nose for the ball and the length to make the play.
Morris against Doncic. Passes to Kuzma. Another miss by Kuzma.
Yeah, that miss might stick with him for a little while. That's kind of a shoot-around jumper if I've ever seen one.
Here's prime time. This one for 3. And it's in. Oh, wow, he nails the buzzer beater.
And how about that triple to put a cap on their run here going into the break. Finish that half.
And so it's the Dallas Mavericks sitting at a lead of 4. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Really an incredible game from primetime.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
Running at the wings, Beal and Avdia. Kuzma will step in at the 4 with Porzingis at center. And it's Morris in at the point guard position. And that's the group starting the second half for Wes Unseld Jr. Puts it up from 15. Here's Kuzma. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Kuzma getting after it on the glass right now.
Washington shooting their first free throw of the evening. And a player opt-out for Kyle Kuzma after this season. GA probably hoping to earn himself a raise.
Yeah, and he's a worker looking to round out his game and take that next step as he's just entering his prime. Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
Outside, Beal. Shoots over Dinwiddie. The Mavericks pull it in. Doncic has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Dinwiddie with the bucket.
A playmaker of Doncic's talents wasn't missing that gap. He quickly gets the ball to the wide open man.
And that was another look at the fantastic Mobile One drive that happened a moment ago.
And putting that pressure on the rim. That's what it's all about, threatening with that attack.
Can't hit that one. Now the Mavericks take it the other way.
The third quarter has not started well, just 1 of 4.
And really deep three that time. Primetime's got 45 points.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
Morris outside. Now here's Avdia. Guarded by Green. And again, Washington no good.
Team starts the second half missing 4 of 5 shots. When does the coach possibly call a timeout and reiterate what he talked about at halftime?
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Wizards ownership has promised to never hit the hard reset button like we saw from teams in recent years like the Sixers. But the fact remains that this is a franchise that last enjoyed a 50-win season in 1979. So for the patient, diehard fans in the DMV, seems the wait for a true contender may take a lot longer. Kevin?
Well, time will tell, David. Thanks. And the pass to prime time. The shot's good on the assist by Doncic.
3-point field goal.
Doncic has got 6 assists in the game.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Avdia dishes to Morris. His first shot coming late.
2 minutes.
Prime time grabs the board.
Third quarter.
Prime time's got 11 rebounds in the game.
And the Wizards, one of these teams that's still in search of.
And again for 3.
And what a fireworks display he's shown us tonight. Just keeps knocking them down from deep.
Craig, he has just exploded from beyond the arc. That last make tying him for second in most threes in a game. Morris into the lane. And so it looks like Washington will retain possession here. A factor in Washington's lack of identity has to be, Brent, their frequent roster changes.
Yeah, no doubt, Kevin. There's been a revolving door there, and the front office makes a lot of moves. They're just trying to capture something, trying to get their star player healthy, and trying to regroup and see if something clicks.
Looking at who's out there now for the Wizards. Connects again from distance.
3-point
And
field
of
goal.
course it falls for him. That 3 pushes him into the history books.
Well, he is now tied for the most threes in a game. This is a night we will never forget. Pass to Hachimura. And here is Morris. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. It's stolen by Green. Morris against Doncic. Here's prime time. Good! Another from 3.
And that is a 3 that will put him in the record books.
A historic performance by a historically good shooter. One of the best games anybody has ever had.
And he takes a breather from his ongoing 3-point barrage. What a game.
Doing damage, Greg, on the road. Talk about a big-time performance. Wow.
His accuracy from behind the arc tonight has been tremendous, and he's looking like a sniper out there.
Right here. So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
And that about wraps it up. So for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and the whole 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. So long, everyone.